Behave yourself. Alright? Oh, I gotta take. Come on. Watch it, baby. Stop grabbing my leg. No, leave that alone. That's why you. This is funny.
tell, never tell. Just trust that I'll keep it locked in a cell. Never revealing no secrets you're keeping. These promises strong as a spell. I'll never tell. That's for sure. Never have to close the door. Been a long time here before. Everything so bad. Every show I go before. Anything I voice. 'Cause right now feels like it's been so long. I could never let you go. Thinking about the secrets you Just trust that I'll keep it locked in a cell. Never revealing no secrets you're keeping. These promises strong as a spell. I'll never You know an angel, that's for sure. It's the devil, you roar. But I like it, we on the floor. And my baby whispering. You said I could, now I'm bored. Do I miss you, yes of course. Think about that time when we stayed up all night talking. I could never let you go. I'm thinking about the secrets you
Well, grand elevations, grand risings. Well, first, let's go ahead and get a breath. I did my little routine, go outside, sand, feet in the ground, no shirt on, look at the sun, and I was surprised that a couple people all of a sudden walked outside, and they're like looking up at the sun, they're trying to see what I'm looking at. Cool. No, obviously they can never see what I see because the perception is dawned. It's dawned by ideologies that are persuasive to ignorance, and everyone thinks they're in control of something, and they're not in control of anything. I was looking at pictures of my children, my upbringing, and I was looking at where I am now, and I was looking back at some pictures of some of my ancestors, and I was doing a little topography of the world, this earth we live on, and I was amazed at the reality of a situation norm that's been so obscured and hidden because it's relevant to the perversion. I'm going to use a lot of negative words, not to collude or have y'all colluded into one organization or ideology or whatever. I don't do that. I like to see people free from the lies, and I'm talking about all people free from the lies. I'm grateful that Rob Bell is going to do something called the Orphan Train. I have a book on Orphan Train. There's so many things out there that are very important to understand. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking the way I do. What I learned about orphans while I was overseas, when I was going to Sloan Catering, I've come to find out that some of those children there didn't have no family. And I remember saying to a doctor, "What do you mean they have no family? What are you? And who am I?" And he looked at me, and I was like, "You know what? That's when I realized those PhDs and MDs and all that don't mean nothing. It's frugal to attempt. In misconception, we're frugal to attempt or believe that we know when the world we live in is a blatant, disrespectful, utter, ugly lie." Why do I say that? I have friends from Hawaii. There's a couple of them are Mormon. They're a little lighter than me, afros, red hair. Straight up Hawaiian, the original. Like one of the chiefs that spoke with the long white hair. I forget what they called him, who was dark as midnight. You know what I'm talking about? Late 1900s. This chief, spoke. And it's funny how we keep saying we have all these literalists and these people who write and speak, and they say how the U.S. stole Hawaii. How can you steal something that belonged to you and the U.S. being a foreign ideology or corporation that has nothing to do with reality? Every time we give ourselves into or subjugate ourselves to something that we've been subjugated to here in recent century, and I guess a century and a half or century, we know the 1960s ushered in the new millennial ideology of the Zionist lies. I don't bite my tongue when I say that. The fuck for? Like I fear something. Fear nothing. The thing is, most people don't want to hear that. They don't want to rational this reason of truth, this reasoning of truth. So there's a book out. And there's also articles and so-called theologies or ideologies on how the U.S. stole Hawaii. Same thing with Easter Island, the Great Britain. But they want you to believe that there's no crown or anything. Everything that's going on our land is foreign interpolation, and the only thing they own, other than when they was in Virginia, is those 40 acres called the Washington, D.C., that capital. That's the only thing we allowed them to have. They don't have or own anything else. You know why people believe it though? Because of these worthless ass teachers. See, a teacher is not a nurturer or a rearer. A teacher is somebody who creates. They get together and they create a package. The ones on the hierarchy designed by those who need certain things done. Now, these ones who are creating a package for every school year are not going to sit there and converse with the teachers and say, this is who told us what to put together and this is what you need to put out there. No, it is by authorities steeped in the CIA and everywhere else that make sure that these things are put out there. Who do you think came along to the school and says, hey, we want to have drag queens go in there and talk to the little children? Y'all don't want to believe there's a sickness and disease going on. Maybe the one, some who come and watch, they'll feel some kind of way because you see how they move. They mitigated Pizzagate and pictures they found of Hillary. Even her laptop, when there are certain agencies, police who have been stricken from speaking on those things found because she is absurd. She is absurd. You don't even see her or Oprah, right? Why? Ellen DeGeneres. It's funny how they all wore the same sweatshirt of that little baby. That mouth was peeled back, pineal gland removed, and they busted their head open, right? They all made a picture of it in the sweats. And you see them, even Jay-Z wore it. Like, who's paying attention? The exact same baby they said was on the pool table when she decided after getting a cootie ring, Hillary, played with, decided to lay beside before she took it down into the bowl of death. Now, this is all hearsay. Alleged, as far as for me. I don't care about what they're doing. I know some of y'all may say, well, if you're Sloan Kettering, you're dealing with the children. No, listen. I know fundamentally we have the ability, but because of how we've been nurtured in a lie, raised, torn down, and instructed in otherworldly bullshit, it's hard for us to conceptualize when somebody is conversing or vibrating, giving out a frequency of sorts. That's what the fuck sound is, y'all. You can hold on to, we got words coming out. That's their narrative. They created that bullshit. I'm done with all that. All right. All this is truth to it because, like I said, we did have a place. We identified this place with a sound. But see, they can mitigate a smaller meaning or a bigger scope of ideology by saying a word. You said. You see what I'm saying? Like, you are driving. You're operating. No, nigga, I'm traveling. Regardless of how the fuck I'm mitigating it, that's stopping that. See, this is what they do. They stop you in your steed because they think you're ignorant because they don't. And because the powers that be are over them, they don't see themselves being a slave to it. When I put on the uniform, or if you put on a badge, you're a slave to something. How Hawaii was stolen by the U.S., go look it up, all right? I'm going to show you how we have become inundated with stupidity. Our people allowed us to watch Scarface, and we all enamored and glamored around it. And this is how they took over the rap industry. I'm going to tell you by way of Scarface. They allowed us to look at somebody coming out of Cuba, pull a murder off in a tent camp, and then get hired from washing dishes to go and mitigate drugs from another so-called race of people who are just as ignorant. In Miami, you know. But what people tend to fail, we don't see no success stories here. Yet people want to call themselves Scarface and then become a chef down the road with diabetes and everything else. We want to sit there and believe that it's all about the yayo, as if that's entertaining and good for the tongue. Is that collusion? and by ignorance? All right, well, we set up to accept this narrative pre that. Well, the education system allowed this to happen. Because he moved us from the natural source to look at things that are invented to push us in the direction that we were going to end up where we're at right now. So Scarface, Al Pacino, he's being this bad motherfucker. It seems like he's got a sexual affliction for his daughter, and his mama can't stand him because she's seen him for 40 years. And that's not making all-inclusive some religion. All right? So it goes down the road, you see the betrayal. He lusts for the white. And it's most people are Christians and Muslims who love Scarface. Not all Muslims, not FOI niggas, but enough of them. I know because I know them. I know a bunch of them. And everything that happens to the guy, oh, you think I'm joking when I say a lot of so-called Mexicans are foreigners. Arabs, we have a bunch of them here. They've been here when they came to conquer the land, but they're the children of orphans. Y'all don't want to believe it. I know it's hard to accept that. Chino actually meant us. Are you aware of that? Somebody was telling me yesterday, because they heard me talk about it years ago, it says, Red, I remember you saying something about Chinos and mestizos too. But I said, well, Chinos are us. I said, well, I used to go down there, call me Olmeca and sometimes Chino because of the way my hair, because I could sit there and go and get my hair cut in Guadalajara or somewhere like that. And I was telling them to blow dry it, after wet it, and then when they get done cutting it, to put the pomade and blow dry it to frizz it up. That way, it's a little fro, little fro. And but they were like, but you don't have, I was just do that. And so they want to get chemicals out. See, this is the mentality. But what I learned was, by them calling me Chino, I realized who the indigenous people were, and I would see them. And I would converse with them. I want to go hang with the ladies and shit. But that's not the image the media plays or anything else. It's funny how they brought a lot of melanated people from Germany, Hindustan, which is lower upper Ethiopia, now called India all of a sudden, after they called us Indigo or Indians. Anyway, all natural people of Earth, all on the 7 continents, 7 states were Negroes, Indigo, Indians, the original. They brought a lot of them here. Whether you want to say Kamalapur, Hindustan, from all over. They brought them here with the purpose to subjugate, because the indigenous people here look like them. We're all kinfolk. I know it's hard for y'all to accept that because, like I said, Scarface, and I'm not done with that, is how they can sculpt minds, even those who think they know everything. So anyway, Scarface is another consortium that shows you that. But it's showing you the deplorative state. And we think it's great to see a big 5 pounds of cocaine on a big ass desk looking like the fake White House. Atrium and all that, and this gun is coming for you. But everybody turned on to kill the people you love. Right? But you what you do, you snort up everything and you say, hello to my little friend, and launch an M204 grenade from the launcher and shit. Or the mouthful, whatever the fuck grenade's called. Anyway, it's been a long time. You're shooting up your M16, you're laying, and getting your, and that's the badass, the tough guy. There was nothing tough, wise, smart, or brilliant about what the fuck Al Pacino and that role Scarface played, other than what the Jews wanted to deliver, because they knew that minds were easily manipulated because we were cut so far from the truth. We were so far removed from the truth. Excuse me. Omar Suez, the one hanging from the helicopter, he's an Arab Mexican. See, we all say Chino means Chinese down there. No, that's new meaning. They just tried to change the interpretation. No, it doesn't. It means Negro. Because the G people were Negroes. Not these New Asians motherfuckers from China and Japan and all them motherfuckers. Those are the ones that came to fight our people, to conquer the lands. In the 1600s when identities were created. I know it's hard to bite into that. I really don't give a fuck. There's enough pictures to show the Anuak people and to show the actual Shin people for the Ming Dynasty. All the way up to the Boxer Rebellion, just like for the World War I. Nicholas Czar V being murdered before that. About 60 years before that, him and Lincoln the same week? By the same people that created Marxism and everything else, the Zionists, the Jews, the perversion. And then they turned around after World War I and started killing off the indigenous people over there in Prussia, who were the Abkhazarians, still in their identity. When I told a lot of European friends, I said, that's not your last name. You motherfuckers didn't even have a last name. He took our names. What do you mean? What? I says, you motherfuckers have been utilizing our last names, and I don't give a fuck. From Scandinavia all the way to fucking Swindland, to Sweetland, I call it Swindleland. Yeah. And I don't bite my tongue. Look at King James' daughter. We're talking about King James of Edinburgh, Scotland, ruled Rome, France, England, all that. Britannia. All right? And the pictures of her everywhere. Nothing but a nigga. Like, come on, man. So, back to what I was saying. This is something I wrote down a while ago. So Omar Sora's Scarface movie. Betrayer, seen hung from a helicopter. It was a rat snitch. Scarface shows for the lying forces to be. Scarface shows how dumb they believe you are based upon their creation or accepted chaos as a norm. And nobody going against, nobody speaking against it because nobody sees it. It's all entertainment. But we emulate it. Why? Because our minds are so, we're just free spirits, if you want to use that word. Yet praises in ignorance. The only one that had the best part in there was the mama. Hey, mama, there's $1,000 for you. My sister had to have make no hair salon, blah, blah, blah. I mean, come on. Mama was the only one in there that the whole entire movie was worth seeing. What's up, baby? Coming up? Come on. She getting big, right? You know you don't like that. You know you don't like that. You want to say hi? Say hi, Alexandria. Alexandria. What do you know about that? You ever see people look at you and you make sure they see exactly what they're thinking because they don't know no better? That's what I do. It's called harmonic illusion. De-illusion? Harmonic illusion. I do it often to see where a motherfucker's mind state is. I told people a long time ago on Facebook, I'm gonna test y'all. I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna do shit to do because that's what I do. And so far, I've been 130% right. 30%? Well, I had that on because I was 30% unsure on how it would work. So, we have Bieber. I don't want to get into PC stuff. Y'all know how I am. Running around. Either it's the, which it showed him getting, or it's a malfunction of some sort. I don't know what the fuck. But he's not the only one. Lately, I've been seeing, I have Bell's palsy. It's one in a fucking, I forget how many 100,000. But I got it. Got it when I was 19 years old in the Navy. NAS, Naval Air Station, Cecil Field. I remember in my drawers, one sock on, running down to the infirmary in a tank top. You goddamn right, them white old Navy drawers. Man, drawers clean. Anyway, look like shorts. I jogged over there. I ain't get dressed. I was like, wait a minute, I'm on base. What the fuck kind of experiment is going on? I got there. It was a young doctor. Traveling doctor. Lieutenant. JG, junior grade. Not yet a lieutenant. And he was amazed at what he saw. And he went and gathered up some of the other doctors to have a look. And says, you don't mind. He asked, you don't mind if I have some other doctors look at this? I've seen this in India and this, Hindustan. I said, Hindustan, okay. And I would always say, because we're the Indians. And they used to always think I was crazy, man. 19 years old, arguing with lieutenants and Lieutenant JGs. Albert Pike, he was the only one. Lieutenant Commander Pike was the only one that says, the one that ran forever. I told you about him. The one I started running marathons because of when we was working on A7 Corsairs. That got me to start running. And he was like, no. He says he's an Indian. He's an Indian. And I never had an issue when I was in the Navy because it's my identity. Indian and white. I know some of y'all like sit there going, what the fuck? Well, that's nothing to do with color, people. I keep telling people over and over and over. Now, anyway. So I had it. So I'm sitting there saying, well, maybe that's what it is. No, this nigga got some other oblong Bill Cosby pudding, bad pudding eating some shit going on there. Cause his shit looked like he just walked up into the screen and they just like, hey, hey, is that Michael Myers up under there? You know what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up. So anyway, it's funny how, because he spoke up on TikTok or something, and yeah, I'll talk about the Bell palsy a little later. You know, that's why I got into medicine and everything. It's a pretty amazing story about how this comes to be. But anyway, it's genetic too. And it's not from us, unlike sickle cell anemia, which is in the Mayans and the Aztecs and the actual G people. Yeah, it's funny how we're supposed to be the only ones with sickle cell. But if you go to the Isles of Anua, Japan, made up Japan, the Anua people actually suffered from sickle cell. So what does that say, motherfuckers? Anyway, that's a whole other story. We can get into that another time. Anyway, let me stay focused here. There's something bad going on because there's a lot of people, man, kind of fucked up right now. See, not everybody died of a heart attack and just killed over, you know, Hank Aaron and blah, 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 and so on and so on. And a lot of your relatives and family members, not everybody's acting stupid. I can't believe he was just here. He's gone. Just because your ass got the shot and you ain't died yet don't mean that motherfucker ain't. It's not about if, it's about fucking when. And that's not to create, look, I'm here to tell people that they're stronger than this shit. I'm here to not make you believe, but you can push anything out your body you want. And sometimes you might just be at the point where you are, and that's that not an allegory. Sometimes you might be at the point where you are. When you turn on, you realize, okay, I did what I was supposed to do, and nobody else is for better or for worse to know. Sometimes you just know it's time to go, and it happens. And a lot of us in our ignorance, because our perceptions are so void of truth, so deliberate and small in thinking, that we can't even rationalize a reason to truth. There's been people who have come and left, and I've said, well, I think it's time. I don't think she wanted to be here anymore. And I'm not talking about suicides, deaths, murders, and all that, because that stuff is outside. That is chaos. That is outside the laws of truth and order. And we see that. We see it's the numbers of. I mean, I got friends who are nurses, and they're telling me, and you can say that's out of the hip. I'm not gonna say their names. 4 of them. They're telling me, man, motherfuckers are dropping dead left and right. And one of them, a good friend of mine, she had got the jab. Nurse, extraordinaire. She never been sick. All of a sudden, she came down with fucking pneumonia. Like, trifecta. Good thing that she was a vegan and healthy. She was able to fight it off after a fucking month and a half. Somebody who used to run like I did. Now she's just starting to get back to running. And she's been going and using herbal medicines and she's getting out of the medical field because she took it. She's not a liberal. She doesn't vote. She's not a conservative or nothing. She knows, like I do, that we were the Republicans. That's all she wants to see come back. But she took the shot because she was around enough negative energy that she believed that there was something wrong because people were getting sick. But what she wasn't paying attention to, and she said this, that people was getting sick with the normal season, because it's funny that every time it was around the seasonal change when something spiked. And I was like, I didn't even notice that. She kept a tip, but she had already got the shot. Now she was about to get the booster before she got sick with pneumonia. So it wasn't meant for her. Her body was already fighting off these bad things, so obviously it was something bad put in her body. Now, I'm not here to be quiet and silent. That's the beautiful thing about the First Amendment that applies to those of us who are supposed to actually been meant for. And everybody else just adopted it based upon lies. We set up a system, we were obliged to set up a system that we knew we would need later on, and we knew that we would come up out of these lies. I'm telling you, Omar Suarez, Al Pacino, to play a role so deplorative, but yet have you believing it's some wonderful thing? Motherfuckers, I walk in motherfuckers' house and they have the Scarface, black and red, with him with the white and black, I'm like, if you don't take that shit down, nigga, what the fuck is you promoting? Oh man, that was a bad motherfucker. He was bad, huh? Murdering his way through. What did he gain? Man, you see what he had? You said the key word. What did he have? And he ended up a bloody mess, a heap of flesh up in that motherfucker. I says, do you think, was there anything else gained though? He lost everything. So what is it to gain the whole world if you had to sell your soul? That little energy, that 31, 32 ounces, that spark, that which belongs not to you, but comprises in this you that makes you. You don't even tap into it because you're so busy canoodling the carbon-based factors. And that's what we call it because that's what they gave us, right? Neurons, protons, electrons. I told you there's another one, but y'all don't want to hear that. And if you want to know what that is, go back to yesterday and look at the fucking video. That's the kind of lessons I'm giving now. And it amazes me. It amazes me that we still have MIM doctors talking about being indigenous and Indian and autochthonous and this, that, and the other. Like, shut the fuck up already. Bitch, I've been doing that since the motherfucking late 70s, early 80s. Shut the fuck up. What you need to start doing is living a certain way. Stop looking at dumb shit. These motherfuckers wouldn't have superheroes and cartoon characters if it wasn't for us. It's funny how when I was growing up, the crow was always a symbol to the nigga, especially of the wolf clan. Nigga, you want me to spell it for you? Nigga, N-A apostrophe space G-A-H apostrophe. And it means magical waters. I've been saying this for a long time. Even people in my family said they're going, you fucking crazy. When I was in my 20s. My grandma said that we ain't no magical waters. Magical waters is long gone. Shut the fuck up. My grandma used to tell me that just like that. Walking up the stairs, coming through the basement, back door. We live in Washington Street. I'm sitting there telling somebody about, yeah, we the magical waters. We niggas. You know, I think I'm like 17, 18. She's like, boy, ain't no magical waters long gone. Shut up. Shut that shit up. She goes, I'm going to go get me a shot. Y'all think I'm kidding? I'm dead ass serious. I'm down there finessing a sweet little honey pot, right? Shoeboxes of weed, thousands of dollars. Like I'm fucking retarded. Like, here you come in the back door. I got to put the bra back on and all that. You know? And so I start talking all. I know it smell like weed and shit. I'm just talking off. I was a mess, man. Anyway, it didn't have to be. Okay. Remember, going to pull up all information you can on how the U.S. stole Hawaii, but first you need to know. See, we accept the narrative, the U.S., as if it's something here. It's not. I used to watch my, yeah, I'm a United States citizen, like a dumb motherfucker. I never accepted that shit. That was all pure fucking ignorance. I never sat there and agreed with somebody yet. On my ancestral land, when I knew that had nothing to do with who we was, when we was one state, how we become, you know, they had to divide everything. Make you believe in fake borders. That you have to cross in order to get somewhere and go somewhere. All people are fucking stupid. It ain't because of lack of knowledge. Just stupid because you choose to be fucking stupid. Okay, let me see here. Look at this. The Professor Van Nopen of Columbia remarked that the Palace of Fine Arts is so sublime, so majestic, and is the product of such imagination that it would have graced the age of Pericles. While Thomas Edison exclaimed, the architect of that building is a genius. There is not the equal anywhere on earth. In succeeding years, the palace became exactly what its creator had intended. A vast and decadent ruin whose garish colors bleached to sunset, tones of russet and ochre. Asked in old age what he felt should be done about the collapsing palace, Maybach characteristically responded, he had to destroy it. He destroyed it. He didn't give a fuck about what we had accomplished. Something that was thousands of fucking years old. Look at the fuck up, y'all. The Palace of Fine Arts. They don't want that renaissance of us to come back, the truth. The renaissance they created in the boule niggas of Harlem and faggots was a perversion. We have these rude, rudimental fucking buildings that don't bounce sounds back. No vibration can withstand because of how it's constructed. This is what your pale skin and then us start showing y'all build. Shit. Now we got a few motherfuckers building earth bag homes and geometric fucking whatever because of geothermal heating and cooling and the shit that most of the goddamn fake ass Vatican's churches, which are old buildings that were balanced in energy to meet together and gather with a pit in the middle of those floors. Oh yeah, I've been in a couple of them where I saw for some reason that somebody who built over it had to make the design to show exactly where the circle in the middle floor where the sun was, where the fire pit was, that we would gather inside these grand places to hit the organs to bring our frequencies that got a little obscured back into order. I know some people will be saying, now, what was Red is talking about? Well, you know what? If you take a little time, go back and watch all my videos, come back up to his point, and then whatever I might do after this, there's a whole lot of shit I could talk about. But you know what? I can only give a little bit at a time because some people, life is but a fucking joke. It's a gander into something that, an opposition of their ideology, and because they think they know so much, they're the ones you need to stay the fuck away from. Me, I don't know shit. I'm going to share my traverses and what I've learned, my studies, whether it be colleges, my theses, things I've written that I haven't even, I think I've spoken on a few of them. The notes that I have. It's very important because this shit is more imperative because we're still too divided. And I don't think people get the importance of coming out of this division, which is pure, utter bullshit. How do we learn? How do we teach ourselves to abstain from our ignorant side? If we're the light, the most righteous, then why is it that in our awakening, when we turn on, we can't sit there and pull those from the frolicking back into the fray of truth? Why we can't? It doesn't matter what you might perceive them to be or whatever. See, that's the problem. We become like this stephanic cyst. Instead of us looking at people and sitting there going, there may be a way I may be able to reach 100 out of 2,000. And imagine the next one. See, we've all been positioned in this so-called life, in this so-called time, to actually conceive that we all have a responsibility and a part to play. The issue is too many people are walking around envious, zealous. They get this mental aspiration of ungratefulness, ungratitude, no gratitude at all, and this compilation of hate that they don't even know where the fuck it comes from, other than the fact that they're just fucking ignorant. So if that's the case, then how the fuck can we be in the light if we can't? If we're all those positive things, how's it that we're supposed to be the light and we can't even reach these motherfuckers? You mean tell me that none of y'all have the powers, the prowess to reach out to some of these ignorant motherfuckers and bring them over? Is that what you're saying? But you want me to believe you motherfuckers with kings and queens and all kangs and kangs and all this shit? Y'all on the herbs and spices and you giggle at everything like you're fucking retarded and it's not seen? And that's meant to hurt, yes. And that's a very nice and polite way of making it fucking hurt. To sting a little bit to pull you up out of that stupor, that mentality, to get you to eat something to change that maleficent, discognitive, I ain't got no word for it. When I see people doing that, it's like an escape piece. No, and there's no fake it until you make it. Some of y'all need to stop doing that goofy shit. Then there are those who sit there talking to me like that. Well, I'm talking to everybody because I believe that y'all are a little more special. So I'm giving some vibrations, but if you feel that way, that means you part of that Cinderella story. The shoe fits, so wander your ass on down that yellow brick motherfucking road. And go find your fucking eyes. Well, you're supposed to be your own eyes, but go find that motherfucking elusive fairy tale to make you look for something that don't exist when you are the fucking Wizard of Oz. I just got a whole bunch of shit. Trust me, I got a whole bunch of shit. It's pictures, all kind of goofy shit. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm gonna run this update right quick for my notes because, yeah, there we go. It didn't get done. I don't know why. No. Here we go. It's my Samsung Notes add-ons, y'all. It's just something I can download stuff from college, all kind of information. Boom. Okay. There we go. Awesome. All right. That quick. I don't want to see that. Louis Christian Mulligan. Special ability to tone down, then we will have destroyed one. Okay, and this is the final part on that. I wanted to make sure I couldn't see it. Louis Christian Mulligan, the one that was asked that question. When the expedition buildings are torn down, then we will have destroyed one of the greatest architectural units which has ever been created in the history of the world. They had y'all believing that they were building the World's Fair. They had you, look, let me tell you, I want y'all, some of y'all to order the books if you have them. I want you to look at them, and then I want you to do this paradoxical thing where you do a time-lapse study. You look at the periods when the pictures are taken. Now, you need to know when these people, they got people believing the cameras were made. I'll tell y'all cameras are much older, but anyway, by centuries. Anyway, all that tearing down, you see, all that building up is actually in reverse. I told you, in order for them to accomplish what they needed to accomplish, they had to make everything backwards, reverse, inverted, upside down. And that's everything. In order to undo creation, in order to create a false narrative of creation, in order to make rude, crude shit that is perverse, they had to destroy that which was beautiful and harmonic, steeped in order. And they had to create chaos, wars. And then you get this shit. And then we look around the world, we're looking at Dubai and all these places, China, at these megalith monster sky rises, which are shit. Glass and no aerodynamics, nothing, just fucking straight up, as high as you can go. Fucking stank-ass buildings. And y'all think that's art. They had people believing they built the Eiffel Tower. That motherfucker been standing. They didn't know how to bring the bitch down. Leaning Tower Pizza? Well, you need to know this. There were 4 more buildings like that around the surrounding area, and that's because of the goddamn mudslide. That's how old that motherfucker is. It's still holding together, leaning, ain't it? See, go out here and get one of these buildings and lean that bitch over like that and tell me how long that motherfucker lasts. I don't want to hear no The Rock movie, earthquake, tremor, building, Godzilla, King Kong fighting under bullshit. I don't want to hear that Zionist crap. They got people's minds all delusional. Let me take a little time to say, if you haven't subscribed, hit that like, hit that notification bell, because I'm going to definitely keep dropping. My apologies for not camping. Like I said, some things came up. I had to mitigate those and deal with those things. There's no way around it, and the way it goes. But anyway, it's funny how people see this stuff, and because they have lied, people buy into it. Not one pale skin built the motherfucking, what you call it, theater over in Rome. Not one. But because they had Bruce Lee from San Francisco, raised in Hong Kong and back, and Chuck Norris, a good old Air Force, Vietnam motherfucker, 80-something years old now. Bruce Lee murdered because he didn't want to fuck with them faggots in China and Hong Kong. I'm just letting y'all know some real shit. And I know you have a hard time dealing with that because the narrative's already been painted. Yeah, shut the fuck up, you goofballs. So anyway, fighting in the Coliseum. That was a double-edged sword of disrespect. I know y'all have a hard time dealing with this. I know it's what's the hypothesis behind this? What does this allude to? Y'all built everything? Yeah, feel some kind of way, my pale skin kindred. There's a few of y'all that was with us, but not the majority of you motherfuckers. Listen, let me help you out. We built it all. I know we got Micah King, that faggot like that. Look, I don't do Bati boys. I don't give a fuck either. He wants to push some fake ass knowledge. You know, these little young motherfuckers have been in this shit for a handful of years. They think they know everything. They come across something, they don't know what the fuck they come across. And here I am, I know everything he's talking about. I'm like, this nigga is dumb. And he's not even on my friends list. So why he even communicating with me when he's coming across kind of brazen like some little petulant, gay dude that thinks he's right about everything because he's got a mouth that speaks faster than fucking light itself. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, he says that everything belongs to giants. See, that's a dumb, let me tell you about dumb fucking people. They have no aspirations in life, no truth whatsoever. So they hide behind things and they build things to be intrusive in arguments to keep division and separation going. We're not geared that way. We're not built that way. Anybody built like that, they're not us. Trust me when I tell you, I don't give a fuck if they're born from us. They're not us. It's a big difference in knowledge and knowing. And those who assert things because of everything they want to hold on that they get, they've been given. They got a death grip on that shit, actually. It makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. But he came all of a sudden, he seen my post before. And I was like, man, you guy's wrong. And then it's Smiley man, because you know what? Emotionally unstable. Can't deal with the truth. And believe the little information they got because they what do you call the word? I can't even say misdiagnosed because there's no diagnosis is when you know what you're reading and you actually understand the words verbatim as laid out as far as etymology wise. Yeah. So when they start doing that goofy shit, and a lot of them do that now, yeah, okay, well, have at it. If that's what you believe, cool. There's no reason to subjugate yourself and argue with stupid motherfuckers. It's not even worth it. No matter how they feel, their afflictions or whatever. Fuck their afflictions. They're self-inflicted. Self-imposed. That has no way on you. Unless you're living that way, then that's the road you need to be on. Stay with them simple-minded motherfuckers. Stay right there. Get in the bag. Let them be happy and, get their weave and all their plastic. And that's where you is. Stay right with. Stay in that same energy. Don't bring your goddamn worthless ass energy over here because I'm going to call it for what the fuck it is. I'm going to call your little worthless ass energy for what the fuck it is. You better believe, and you ain't going to like it because it's going to sting. And don't make sure everybody else fucking knows too. The beautiful thing is about not having secrets. Everybody else around you, it seems to always have some. Sometimes they're right in your face, and you might have the ability to call that piece of shit out. We don't want that. We don't have no need for it. Some people say, oh, he's trying to bring all the blacks, the whites, the browns, and the yellows, and the reds together. See, motherfuckers that think like that, don't even waste your time. Why the fuck would I want to bring everybody together when we're all here already together on the fucking earth? See, we need to come up out of this cloud of mysticism, fuckery. I have no problem with nobody on this earth. What I have a problem is those stooped and steeped in the biggest lie and those running around playing my ancestors, and they ain't a bit of them. Not in the vernacular. Not saying they're not kinfolk. I'm saying they're not the ancestors, and they're not me, and they're not you. They're not us. And there's a certain reason for that. It doesn't matter who slept with who and who fucked what. They are not us. Bottom fucking line. Now, if you want to hold on to the creations of what we're dealing with right now, the reason why we're in this, like I was stating before, and then you go right ahead. There's a valley and there's a road, a lot of bumps and logs and shrubs and shit, birds, bullheads, motherfucking vipers, cobras, goddamn, the whole slew of deadly motherfucking, black mambas and snakes and all kind of shit. There's a whole field and roads all over there you can go and take your ass on. Politeness left the motherfucking building when I came into this world. Niceties? What? Deadly ass cancer causing carcinogenic motherfucking sugar and a whole bunch of bleached motherfucking flour without the two other grains of the head and the germ that I'm supposed to eat because somebody whipped it up with some eggs and some motherfucking confection flour and some fondue around it and some fake ass nasty ass icing made from pig lard? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because they dress it up all well and make it look all spiffy because you've been made to believe because of your childhood as a children, a sentient life form, you were given cakes and a candle to blow the fuck out, meaning another year of your life exterminated. Like, come on, man. Don't nobody want to hear this because you know what? I'm going to smack you upside your head. I'm going to smack you upside the head. And if I got you, I can start verbatim. James Bond. I could sit here the whole goddamn interview. Well, his challenge in Oxford or whatever the fuck it was in England. I can't remember all that goofy shit, but I can go verbatim in that particular conversation that stretched on. I've repeated it so many times. Like one of Bass Reeves' greatest sayings. See, these are the things that I don't have to emulate, that are part of our history that I hold on to. It's funny, I wrote by the place where I told the lady inside when I went and got some of them barbecue beans, listen to smelling all them poor animals' meat just burning and sizzling. I remember saying to her, why y'all still got that fake ass Lone Ranger out there? Is that a fake hope? I said, that's like the Franklin house being called the White House. And Benjamin Franklin was no pale skin, not the way we think. More in the sense of a blackamoor or a mulatto. Now he had roots and family and blood here too. Don't get it fucked up. See, it amazes me the paintings and everything they keep painting these motherfuckers, and then the people they have sit down to do these little ominous pictures. These Zionist motherfuckers, before they were Zionists, I told you to look up the Theosophical Society and follow everything that branches off from there. But I know y'all didn't. I know it's hard to commit yourself to something to better have an understanding about something, understanding of something, and then that way you can gaze your way and gate your way through the truth. No, we live in a system where we had to believe that everybody that's going to tell us something got to be ex-special forces or the government or work for the education system or medical or got a degree. This is what we've been made to believe is our existence. Fuck out of here. I'm looking at this thing, it's just looking at me. I'm like, wait, I gotta open it. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, it could be anthrax. Oh, this is from Optics Planning. What we got? Oh, okay. A little intermission, excuse me. This is gonna look bad as hell behind my Romeo. You see that right there? The MSR? That Romeo, baby. So when I'm peeking through this motherfucker. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's 40 rounds. Don't worry. I got 1,000 more coming. Oh, this is going to be fun tonight. Oh, this is going to be so fun tonight. I'm going to shoot every one of these motherfuckers tonight. I got 1,000 rounds coming, so fuck it. I'm going to mix it in. Every fifth is going to be one of these to make sure that especially when the 50 rounds run, 9 mil, yeah. I got a 25, 50 mil drum for my nines and get it fucked up. Anyway, with the trigger enhancement and everything, like, oh, and I got a binary trigger to put on my mechanic. I'm just not gonna change the trigger out. That motherfucker run is so goddamn good, and I can change it, I think, to the SIG too. Maybe that one, but it says that one G3. After a while, it starts to shoot full auto. If it does, don't say nothing to nobody. Just make sure that when you break it down, that you don't have no worn pieces in there, like as far as with the spring and everything, the sear. The hammer that catches, the sear catches the hammer. Make sure there's nothing worn, nothing in the, in the composite, because it might be go full auto and then catastrophic boom in your face. We don't need that. But nobody's has that went full auto. Just don't say nothing. Because, oh, okay, put it away for that one moment you might need it. I'll just hope you, like me, have other sidearms that you can, utilize. Now, back to the motherfucking history lesson. Back to the ass spanking. So, All right, this individual right here. Show you some more lies. People thought I was joking when I said, "Oh yeah, we have an observatory that's owned by the Vatican called Lucifer, built on a mountain." Boy, you crazy? God damn, bro. I don't tell anybody to go to Google, but you could Google that. I've been there like 3 times. And every time was to ask hard ass questions and had this little motherfucking agent standing there like she was beat up because of the questions I asked. I was like, man, y'all need, you know what, this motherfucker need to be torn down off on the mountain side, just destroyed. Y'all ain't looking for, can't see they can't see no outer space. All that's fake. The shuttles, them bitches with that big helium balloon underneath it. The shuttle wasn't. You can't put no man inside no vehicle that vibrating and with them decibels. It's impossible, y'all. In fucking possible. Cause it's all made up. They got to keep everybody looking into some other bullshit while they keep doing the dumb shit they do down here. So this guy right here is a gatekeeper of lies. This is an obituary notice. All right, George Frederick Dodwell. George Frederick Dodwell, B.A., whatever the fuck that means, died in Adelaide, South Australia in 1963, August 10th, age 84. So that tells you right there he was part of the World Fair. Well, if he was 83, and that was 1963, that would make him how old? 30 what? All right. And then you could find his name in the dealings of the World's Fair. I'm just letting you know some things. Mr. Dodwell was South Australian government astronomer from 1909 until he retired in 1952, when the state observatory was demolished and the time signal and other services were taken over by the Commonwealth Observatory in Mount Stromlo, because he was getting old and started to talk a lot of shit he wasn't supposed to. And took people and showed people things. Mr. Dodwell served in the State Observatory for 53 and a half years, from 1899 March 1st to 1952 October 31st. Pay attention. For those who study gematria, pay attention to the dates. Let me go ahead and say it to you again. Mr. Dodwell served in the State Observatory, you need to look up that word, for 53 and a half years. For those of you who work in gematria, pay attention to the fucking numbers. 53 and a half years, from 1899. Can't be 1900, y'all. March 1st. 1899, March 1st. God damn. To 1952, October 31st. Succeeding Sir Charles Todd, who had held the post for 51 and a half years, as if that's supposed to mean something. Well, if you do the math, know the numbers, you know that these are imperative to lies. Their work, not saying they didn't do these things, I'm saying in their stand, or in their steed. Their work, which gained worldwide recognition, is commemorated by a plaque on the site of the old observatory on West Terrace. The Adelaide Astronomical Observatory, under Mr. Dodwell, assisted in fixing the border between South Australia and Victoria along the 131st meridian. And that between West Australia and Northern Territory by extending northwards along the 129th meridian. Fixing of this border in 1921 along the 129th meridian was done by the method, then unique, of using radio time signals from Radio Lyons, France. Y'all see, man, they tell on themselves like a motherfucker. Listen to this. Other work included a magnetic survey of South Australia. Why? Encompasses to see the destruction that they've employed. And latitude variation studies in conjunction with La Plata Observatory, the International Latitude Congress, and the International Astronomical Union. In 1922, Mr. Dodwell, an assistant government astronomer, photographed the total eclipse of the sun at Cordillo Downs in the northern part of SA. Now let y'all know something that I saw steeped in the Vatican. They were utilizing those because everything they were doing, their fear is the return of the great ones. Problem is, they keep looking. when the great ones are already here. You got the information. There's many more dates, numbers, and everything. Go find it. Anybody ever say, Red, don't give sources and references when he's talking about something? I know y'all be like, no, he ain't going deep. He not drop. He not this, that. I'm attempting to reach y'all in a different way. To chronologically bring y'all in to stop looking at things as if it's a positive and see the negative shit of how we got here. So that way we don't have to revert and go back to doing dumb shit. We don't have to be steeped in none of that shit to undo it. It's all undoing itself. Because it's pure bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? And you know why it's pure bullshit? And we are fucked up because of it? Because we can't even see a movie like Scarface to see how deplorative and how real hate, we should have hate for anything made like that. It's like when they said straight out of Compton and all that shit. They showing pain. What pain? I know every one of them niggas' stories. I told you how these motherfucking Crips and Bloods got started, but y'all ain't want to believe that because y'all want to listen. Compared to some young nigga, the first one that got killed on the Crip side, on the Blood, was it Pyro side? No, but you ain't saying nothing about the motherfucking Masonic motherfuckers, them damn frat boys, who was all behind it, all built up with steroids and shit like that. I don't hear none of that conversation. Willing sacrifices. Y'all don't get it. Because we want to accept all the perversions, all the lies as if they the norm. That is not who we are. Now, the rest of y'all who came over watching this, you ain't got to stay. You can watch and you ain't got to be in fear. I'm speaking directly to my kindred, to my Sedune, to my Nofskis and my Intiks. I'm saying to them, all this shit that's been laid out before you, if you give that any chance of worry, then the chances are you will fail. You must eradicate all things you think you know and believe in, and allow yourself to absorb that which exists within you. See, we have stuff. It's like our body sits there. We eat it. They say we're supposed to eat a certain diet, and then when we're resting, our body absorbs and uses those nutrients to recondition and heal. I say bullshit. Water's going to shock you into that. Correct your blood pressure and everything. Cold water at that. All right? Shock your heart and make it a little stronger. Diet. No, if I eat fruit in the morning, 6 hours later, it's going to help fuel me, to hydrate me in my most weakest state. And that's what we call a second wind. Oh, I know we want to hold on to what these motherfuckers have been doing. I know. It's hard to let go. How can we conceive that? That's bullshit, Red. Ain't no way. There's no way. Yeah, you keep believing that. You stay right there and keep that same energy. I'm not here to prove shit to you. I'm here to speak about some shit, talk about some shit. You know, welcome on in. Have a gander around. Look around. You know, check some shit. Hold on to some shit. Take some shit. Save some shit for later. I don't give a fuck. I don't think I put enough cumin on here. Black seed oil. I was so proud of y'all. You don't have to believe me, my loved ones. I love you, motherfuckers. Of course, I could do and say more. What the fuck for? I've been talking to y'all for a fucking hour. What amazes me, how many people come. And I love it. But they come. What are the expectations? Most people don't have no real expectations. They don't have no real feasible... Well, first of all, the reason why they don't have no expectations is because they never had any real support. What is a dream? And how you can manifest short-term goals into long-term goals? What's the benefits? Are you making them or have them circle around $1 in a coin? Or are they bigger than that? You can tell in yourself and know yourself better by what it is you believe. Now, if you have certain things you want to gain, I'm telling you, speak them shits. Speak them motherfuckers into reality. If you don't speak into reality, and I don't think you get it when I'm saying literally, speak that shit. Hey, everybody, y'all just popped up. Hey, ToLU, what's up, baby girl? Sister. Bullshit. Anyway, you know I love you. Moon Frey, I gotta keep my finger. Lucius Gaines, hey, Mr. Lone Wolf, American EG. Now I know that's right, baby girl. Who else we got on here? Chatahaya, what's going on, fam? Okay, all right. But now you disappeared. Wow, this is crazy. Anyway, hey, y'all, make sure y'all. I'm gonna push her. We're gonna push Stolo. She's a lot of orders, goddammit. Y'all, but y'all be patient. You dig what I'm saying? And then, hey, anybody in here knows how to build it? I'm gonna ask this, and I'm gonna tell you right now. You better not be asking for a whole lot of dollars and shit. Well, I will knock on your door. Does any of y'all know how to build a website? Now I know the basic shit. You know, I know how to create motherfucking all that, but it's not hard. It's the same thing in why I made my bullet points and I laid my shit out. It's the same shit. But does anybody know how to create a website? If so, get with Tolu. And don't be full of shit. She's gonna let me know. I'm gonna converse with you. All right. All right. Y'all saw my email, right? Maybe I had to put it up on here. I had to put my email up on here. If so, then I'll put it up on here. And purchase the goods. The shit she sells is organic. Y'all see, I had to make some more of my goddamn my mullein, watermelon, and lemon tea. This shit is fabulous. Hold on. Let me test it. Let me test it right. What? Y'all judging me now? She got my lungs healed. I'm gonna make sure. Because it's funny when I drink that stuff and I have a little poof before I go off on my little walk. Oh, it's here every day, people. Every day, goddamn. All right, hold on. Ain't nothing like that honey backwoods. I don't care what anybody say. Let me get the sip. Oh, this is a little experiment for y'all. This shit. 420 my ass. Every day is a motherfucking healing day. Better than that petroleum-based drugs they always trying to give you. They try to get me off this one. This motherfucker tried to give me another one. I said, what the fuck is you doing? Oh my fucking word. And if anybody says it's like an orgasm, I'll punch you in your motherfucking mouth. Hell no. Orgasm separate its purposes. Orgasm is motherfucking the good shit. That's no. This is not nowhere near. Fuck out of here. This is delicious though. Holy shit. Yeah, I made a whole 6 more of these motherfuckers, and that's how fast I drank them. You could drink it. You drink about 4 to 8 ounces 3 times a day. If you get the tincture, which I'm going to show how to make it when I get some more, right? You put a drop of that in about 4 ounces of water. You might twice a day, but that one is good. That tincture is strong, little motherfucker. That right there, because it's mixed with 3 other ingredients: watermelon, ginger, and lemon. That's to aspirate, open up the lungs and everything, the thoracic and all that, the upper respiratory. It's more like infused. You dig what I'm saying? Even though it's all boiled together, this, that, and other, it's still an infusion, and it's mitigated with the right amount of mineral water, and it's one of the best things in the world. And I ain't talking about Perrier and all that other bullshit. I'm talking about real mineral fucking water. That is just fabulous. And with the couple of tokes, phenomenal. Goddamn. Everybody from Jersey, we all iron lungs and shit. All the kung fu and shit we did back in the 70s and 80s. We was kung fu motherfuckers, maestros. I'm telling y'all, in Norton, New Jersey, and East Orange, even Montclair, motherfuckers would get together, man, and it would be like a motherfucking all-out, the monkey versus the dragon, like kung fu fucking bonanza. I'm serious, y'all, and I'm not talking about like pull punches and shit. I'm talking about we went out, we thought we was really gonna be flying through the air type shit. Anyway, that's like that. Uplifting. It's just awesome. But anywho, I've been an hour and 12 minutes. An hour and 12 minutes, and yeah, so that's pretty much what I had to say, guys. Give it to them, I'm gonna put it up there when I get done. I load it up and everything. You see it on the other ones, I put her address, you know, where you can reach her and everything. And we're gonna push it. She has, it's a little, you know, everything right now. I'm gonna say this about working with people, right? When they establish something that's it's a good product and it's a good, you know, and they gotta put the name behind it. Right now we're in some difficult times because not only do we have people that's still off the trains, that were made to sit. Well, they're moving now, but you have and stealing out of factories and all kinds of stuff. We know it might be planned or whatever, but you have a system that's a little delayed. I know it's hard to adjust or accept that at times, but if you get an order, if you can put an order with her and you need it like right today, you need to go find another place to put the order in. With her, it's about make sure you do the research, know exactly what you want, and her, it being available to her. Because until certain things mitigate itself, she has to utilize a certain group. And that's how it works. Even with me, like whenever I do stuff for people, like I have to use certain, you know, it's like going to the gun store, right? You want to special order something they don't have in the gun store. They have 5 companies they usually work with. That's just the way it goes. You have MSRP and you have retail and you have wholesale. You get what I'm saying, people? So, work with her and you will get good shit. I got it. I'm using it. That's where you think I got the moment to make that. Excellent. Now, I took y'all live. I showed you how to make it. I'm going to do the live. I'm going to show you live how to do the tincture. There's a few others I want to show you how to make, which are very helpful. I was taking mullein before this thing even came up. And then after when I was poisoned and my lung had all them holes and all that shit in it, and pneumonia along with it. I don't even know how the fuck I'm here. And besides coughing up a ton of blood, that's what I used. I went right back to it. And that, along with spirulina, the green one. At that time, all I wanted was things with chlorophyll. I didn't want nothing else. And even at St. George Pulmonary Clinic, where I was there for a good little while, y'all. My diet, I didn't want the food that they were serving until I wanted to work out and get my strength back up. Then I started eating like the Belgian waffles. Like everything was salmon. I didn't want no meat, no chicken, no pork, no beef, but vegetables and fruits out the yang, non-GMO. But in the process of healing, I drink my smoothies and my green drinks. All greens. That's all I did. And even when I went back, what was it, about 8 months to a year later, twice, Miss Leonard, nurse practitioner, Miss Leonard, thick than a motherfucker. Anyway, she was amazed. Like, damn, your lungs look, you know, like your lungs are healing pretty good. I just wasn't going to use none of this shit. Time and putting the right stuff in. But they're always going to try and reach out when they want to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I love y'all being here. Any of y'all out there got, because I can't get none unless I order. And if I order it, I'm not going to trust it. Can any of y'all get some tobacco wraps that are natural without all the chemicals and all the bullshit in it? And Backwoods doesn't have it. And if you can, you know, get in touch with me through my Gmail, which is JASHAE 2011711 @gmail.com. I'd appreciate it. I pay the shipping and everything, and I'll reimburse you for whatever it costs. And I appreciate that. All right. But again, like I said, reach out, hit me up, let me know if y'all have those. I've seen them. I remember being on the East Coast and people opening up their little Ziploc and pulling this big ass tobacco leaf out, and I'm like, what the fuck? I just never even utilized the shit because I really don't like using all the chemicals. It amazes me that even with people finding out, they still want to just dump shit in this stuff. But damn, it's so good. I guess I have something that I need to work on, right? I mean, hell, I stopped chewing tobacco. What? How long now? Dude, you can't make that up. And everybody's like, this nigga's got all his teeth in that. Well, except for why? That bottom. I just don't want no teeth there. It reminds me. You dig what I'm saying? But if you could do that, man, I appreciate it. I don't see no comments, nothing. I'm telling you, they just bugging up on my shit. Oh, Grey Wolf, hey. Much love and respect. Yes, citizen don't mean shit. I know that's right. Yeah, we know that. We know that too. But again, if anybody can get at me with those and let me know if you can get them and let me know how much they cost, because I'll probably just Google and see the price myself and just okay, you know, what you tell me what you got, and then I'll go ahead and transaction. Well, it needs to be in the mail coming because I mean I pay. Anybody that knows me knows, yo, yeah, Brad, he's good with his word when it comes to that. I just got to see the real shit because some people are still a little, you know, they still move in that as if it's gonna make things better. Those are stupid people. All right. So I love y'all. Y'all have a grand day. You already know.